Hi everyone, we are officially to our last mini project for our Ancient Greek unit. We have just finished reading The Legacy of Ancient Greece, which is chapter 31. And as you could tell, there were a lot of different contributions that we have in the modern world, all thanks to the Greeks. So in this final project, you are going to be creating a commemorative postage stamp, and you're going to be picking 4 different areas that you were intrigued by. So if you're really interested in mathematics, or if you really loved the astronomy section, you're going to pick and choose what kind of speaks to you. So these postage stamps can be made pretty much any size you want them to be. They've always been that way. And so we have had students that have really just created them on regular copy paper using construction paper. You have an image on the front, and on the back you're going to have some facts about that particular contribution. If there was a person involved, what did we learn from the ancient Greeks and how it's impacted us today. A couple of features that we do want to be aware of. It is a postage stamp, so we should have some sort of fake price on the front of the postage stamp. I don't care if you're making this like they would have had them a couple thousand years ago, or if it's a modern day postage stamp that the Greeks are now going to be having, commemorating something from the ancient world. So your pricing really doesn't matter. You can have it be whatever you want, but it should be on the front. Typically, postage stamps have a price in the corner, so you're going to see that a lot on our examples. In the back, you are welcome to write about the contribution in sentences, bullet points, as long as you're explaining kind of what this contribution did to the modern day world. That's awesome and amazing. And get creative. If you want to do these on the computer, you are welcome to do so. If you have any sort of paints, special markers that you want to use, those are always great. Unfortunately, because we're not creating these in the classroom, I have all of those little fun edgy scissors that normally students are able to use. So I understand that some of us may have these things at home, and if you don't, totally fine. You can just have a straight little edge on your postage stamp. Another little trick you could do is if you cut a square, you could come in with a black marker or a black pen or a black crayon and kind of draw in that little edge scallop design to make it look like it's been cut, but it's really just the black marker. Those things would all be totally fine. If you want to do the project digitally, you are welcome to do so. Just make sure, however you choose to do it, that you have a design of a stamp. If you are going to do it on the computer, you're really just going to be designing the front of your postage stamp, and then you could just include a blurb on the Google Doc that you essentially attach your design with that explains the contribution to the modern world. Okay, so have fun, be creative. I don't care how big or small they are, as long as I can see them and kind of make out what you're doing. We are going to post our final postage stamps onto the Google Classroom by the due date for me. If you have any questions, please go ahead and comment on this post, email me directly, or ask during a Thursday Zoom chat. I hope you guys have had fun making these little mini projects at home. I know it's not completely the grand project that I know some of us were maybe expecting to come our way, especially if you've had siblings come through our classes before. But we're making the best of a really tricky situation, and the biggest thing is I hope that you learned a little about ancient Greece. You learned about what type of projects do you like to create, how are you excelling in these different areas. Maybe you learned a new art technique or something new on the computer. Any takeaways you can get from these projects are good in my book. Thanks again for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed our unit on ancient Greece as much as I have and always will. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks, everyone.